Everybody, we are back. If I remember correctly from the ladder, today should be an eventful day. And the title also hints on it: disaster, tea, and revelations. So let's start the day and let's hop into a lot of action. And a lot of backstory. Probably about the innkeeper that we needed anyway. But those two are back. I haven't seen you guys in forever. Can I check the ladder, by the way? Ominous ladder, just to make sure. So let's read the ladder, just so if I didn't remember this wrong. My dearest friend, long has it been since we've talked last. Long has it been since everything has been seared away by the cold flames of death. I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's waning memory. I can only imagine how you enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did, for a brief moment for these 40 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kindly remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our union, invite you to the spectacle of the century, the last day of the astral moon, welcoming the first light of the dying moon, where the realm of Tuat is just a grasp away. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of them I tell you? Worry not, I'll be right there. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. See you soon, old friend. Okay, they actually didn't specify a date. I just see that. Well, it says for the last day of the astral moon. I mean, I guess I don't know how many days there is in the astral moon. In this month, actually. Because normally, okay, I'm just going from 31 days. Okay, maybe I misread the idea, but well, they are back, so yeah. Talk with them. Welcome back. Good to see you both again. Hold your enthusiasm, innkeeper. We bring tales of disaster. I don't mind a little disaster in my tales. After all, you tell them so well.
She really does.
As to you, Clay.
Thank you. I hope my stories are as good as your drinks.
They are to me. Speaking of which, can I offer you a drink in exchange for a little insight into your disasters?
That'd be great.
Something that feels strong and magic-y, right?
You remembered? Yes, that one please.
Coming right up, yes! He's gonna receive his first coffee. There we go, cursed coffee. Alright, so 1 agility, 2 intelligence, and then strength. Oh, this is actually perfect. Then I just need this. And then I'm just gonna fill up some strength. The cursed coffee. Something tasty and strong, but hopefully not disastrous.
Very tasty, very strong. You've really got the best drinks around.
Happy to hear that, Clay. Here, they're bursting at the seams. How are the archives?
Fun.
Were they? Mayhaps. The bleak stalkers were. Bleak? Cute. Cute.
Very. Jay told us where to find the entrance to the archives. But when we got there, we found it surrounded by bleak stalkers.
They were quite numerous, and so shaped.
I decided to ask them if they could let us through.
And I thought he might need some help with that. So I called down the honey flowers and extended my divine light to him. It made him glow softly, and they all flocked to him like moths to a gentle flame. Did you know they have velvet wings they can fold into their bodies? I didn't. That's fascinating.
They were so cuddly and showed off their crawling skills in exchange for carrots.
Sounds like horses.
I asked them if they'd like to be our tour guides and they were so excited. They'd never been tour guides before, and at first, they thought it involved eating people.
I might have acted a bit standoffish when trying to correct the misconception. Larry was able to convey the message much better. He's very good at explaining things. I think he really understands people. And that helps him meet them when where they're at. Okay.
I try to. Everyone has their own way of understanding things. I think that's beautiful.
I envy your empathetic approach to life, Clay.
Thank you. But you've got your own strengths. Like how you're master of strategy, or how you're so good at making people feel safe.
I suppose we do make a great team, so you're gonna fuck. Alright, I see how it is. The best, I might say.
We made a great team with the Bleakstalkers too. They let us right inside the archives, which were huge.
Large parts of the Everbloom had collapsed, but even the Explorer sections were unbelievably spacious. We had no time for a proper tour, unfortunately. We had to make it back in time for the barbecue after all. That meant we had to be efficient doing our Oh. I just realized. Wait, the barbecue is Elfie's idea. Elfie is missing. I think we have a problem with the barbecue. I think Fable, that's her name. I keep calling her Elfie because I keep forgetting her name. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a barbecue. I think we have a little problem there. Oh well, we have to tell them eventually. Oh, we did take a break to admire the artists saw the creatures excitedly led us to. Found abandoned pottery equipment distracted us a little too much. Using more time than was perhaps appropriate, we molded tiny versions of the little critters as a gift to them.
They loved them.
Afterwards, we split up to cover more ground. Each of us was guided by a group of Bleakstalkers. Dangerous choice. That's what the monsters get you. That's what Clay said, so I enchanted the friendship bracelets. That way they wouldn't always sense in which direction the other person was located. So neither of us would get lost.
It was so smart.
It was. Very useful. See, you kept yours on. Oh yeah, she has. And actually both have theirs on. Now let's have a look at them. Here's an orange yellow one and she's like turquoise and green. I did.
They really help with navigating around the archives too. It's a beautiful place, you know. I mean, everything's overgrown with vines, withered and full of termites. But we could still tell how much care had gone into building it. Some of the tree branches still had leaves on them. And I saw a couple of stubborn lotus daisy trying to break through around the rocks. I taught the Bleakstalkers how to water them. They love drinking out of watering can, but they also enjoy sharing the water with the lotus daisies.
Yeah, I feel like watched, but okay.
Hopefully they'll grow stronger again soon.
What a shame, all the effort that went into building the archives was for nothing.
But it wasn't. It meant something to someone once. And I could still feel that love in it, even during our visit. Maybe they'll even bloom again. It's called the Everbloom, right? Like forever? I wonder who named it. We should go back sometime and see if we can find any information about the archivists. I bet they knew some great drinking games.
Perhaps we should honor the contributions by studying the knowledge left behind.
Why not both? It should be people first, simple second.
Oh, yes. I guess both would work too. Good idea, Clay. What else did you find in the archives besides friends? And the beauty and horrors of time, I mean.
I got a little distracted when I asked our new friends to point me towards the cooking section. It was the worst. Found so many new bread recipes I can't wait to try out. I also found something for you.
For me?
Yes, a recipe from a book on mixology. First I thought about taking the whole thing along, but it was a giant tome and the bleaksuckers were so attached to it. So I ripped out the page that looked the most interesting.
We thought it would fit your repertoire. It finally won Last Whisper with agility. Yes, it is. Finally an agility for Incasso. Holy shit. There's a skull on it. It has 1 strength, 1 defense, 1 smart, and 3 agility? Alright. Last Whisper stealths itself into your heart, provides a boost to strength and speed, and has a tough, somewhat bitter aftertaste will awaken your senses. Sometimes all you need is the right balance between elegance and brute force. The correct translation of an ancient recipe. I think it does. Thank you very much. As for me, I asked him to lead me towards dangerous knowledge and soon found myself in a hidden study. The bleakstalkers didn't want to go inside, like they were scared of its contents. They awarded them with some treats and ventured inside alone. It was a complete mess, full of scriptures, scrolls, and wind ramblings that would be forbidden these days. A little exciting and worrying. The papers I was able to translate spoke of the apocalypse, the end of it all. There was research on the roots of the ether tree and how to unbind them, written with shaking hands and fading ink. Was this more the scholarly or mad scientist type of research? Hard to tell. Lines tend to blur with blasphemy.
Do you know a lot about the ether tree? Because Tia gave me a whole presentation about it.
I wouldn't mind a refresher.
It's a giant tree.
Good start.
A world tree. That means our world rests on it, in it, around it, somewhere.
In it, mostly. Depends on who you ask.
The dragons guard the tree because they created it? Maybe, but definitely because they care for us. And since we live in it, it should keep existing as it does now, because no one wants their house to crumble. A lot of people would get hurt if something happened to everyone's home.
That's true. Luckily for us, damaging the ether tree isn't possible. It's larger than we could ever imagine. To us, it's really more a concept than a tree. And the dragons defend it, despite the oath of neutrality. They're never easy foes. There is one way. The sigils of Alcahest. The what now? The sigils of Alcahest. They're the key to destroying the ether tree, according to the scrolls I studied under the archive's candlelight. That is some sort of spell. More of a manual to a self-fulfilling prophecy, a way of breaking the cosmos in accordance with its own rules. For the tree to crumble, its foundation must be fractured. 5 sigils of Alcahest represent the 5 dragons, each of which must be damaged to topple our world's balance. Only then can our cosmos reshape itself. The scroll spoke of experiments for creating a sigil, unsuccessful experiments. That's reassuring. Not quite, they were only unsuccessful back then. Next to the notes of old, I found others written on cleaner, newer parchment with unfaded ink. Much of it was incomprehensible, written in languages I've never seen before, but various sketches of whales caught my eye, as did altered frostbite scrolls. That sounds unsettlingly familiar. I feared that the starfall broke a sigil, by ripping holes into Cassiopeia's wings. The stabilized her flight. If she's damaged any further, this could be sent into disarray. Meanwhile, the tsunami, like I heard, didn't just break the archives. The waves broke down the barriers between the primordial sea and the Twilight Jasmine waves never seen before. So, it's 2 broken sigils. That's not good. What an incredible understatement. To witness 1 such sigil fracture would be anxiety inducing enough. Knowing this happened to 2 will keep me up for many nights. It's not 2, it's 3. 3? Alongside the notes, I found an old map with fresh marking. Alongside the notes, I found an old map with fresh markings. All the names were outdated, but the intention was clear. Marked were the 5 interplanar portals. 20 years ago, the sudden appearance of fissures into Gaia. I believe they were the first sigil.
Bird, white.
Very. Let me guess, 40 years ago we created those portals? Who could have done this? I don't know. And why of all things? The infantry, if the infantry collapsed, even shifted from its perfect balance, this destruction would end us all.
Who would want that?
No one thinking rationally, that's for sure.
They might have a good reason for it. Maybe we can talk them out of it?
I doubt it. Me too.
Or
Whoever it may be that's causing this, they only have 2 sigils left. Would be quite bad, right? Don't they say that waking the Elder Dragon will start the apocalypse? They do.
I feel like there's too many ways to start the apocalypse.
Maybe they're all connected, and waking will break the last sigils. Although... It's fine, okay? Don't need to chill your bones too much. Although, I'd like to think breaking all the sigils is indeed impossible. Because it's impossible to reach Tuat in the spirit realm, correct? It's not exactly impossible. One can make it to the spirit realm via the astral sea at the dawn of the dying moon.
That's in 5 days, right?
Yes, but worry not. To reach such a specific location within the astral realm, very specific rituals are necessary. And Gaia's portal to Cassiopeia is indispensable. That portal is located in and safety protected by the Aperture, the stronghold of the Order of Starlight. And its ritual must be performed with outstanding accuracy to withstand the treacherous astral currents. Only the highest ranking members of the Order are privy to this knowledge. And I guarantee you, all of us would rather die than aid in the destruction of this world. If the rest of them are just half as stubborn as you are, I think we're well protected. Exactly. That's good then. The rest is worse. What's bad is that we don't know who's behind this, or why. While it ranks in the endless horizon, anyone would desire something so vile. I can already sense your next quest. I can offer you a drink first. The throat must be dry from all of that exposition. I won't say no to a drink. I have something that will keep my mind intact. Defended from lunacy? I feel like I'm going mad. Say no more. So a protection drink. A steel tonic it is. A delicious defense against the absurdity of evil plots. Thank you. This makes me feel a little less conspirational. I needed a breather.
You know what else would make for a great breather?
Abel's barbecue?
Exactly.
You're right, it would be quite pleasant right now. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think the barbecue is happening today. Abel hasn't returned from the quest yet.
Oh. What quest are they on?
Finding Melina.
But we just saw Melly on the way here.
Perhaps they found another quest while out. Heroism can be infectious like that. Innkeep, what kind of drink did you mix them? None.
Oh?
Eh? Maybe.
Maybe we should go look for them.
Maybe so. Please do. No one has seen them in days. The last thing I said to them. I'd hate for those words to stay the last. Please help me find them. Of course. I'm sure they could slay any monsters without us, but some extra hands couldn't hurt.
But you'll have to deliver your apologies yourself.
I'll slay that beast when it comes to it. Very well. But first, we must solve our urgent sigil problem. I feel like we're just missing one piece, we do. Oh, hello there. A piece of what? Cake? I'd like to order my usual cake, innkeeper. I don't serve cake. Never have. Oh, maybe you should. Another delicious delicacy would be... Also still no blood. Oh. The sorrow I'm feeling almost equals the grief I felt after the vampire glitter competition of 1389. Oh. Are you run out of glitter? I could serve you one of my usual drinks to alleviate some of that heartache. That would be splendid. I'd like something to enhance my mortal strength. No shopping bag shall hold me back today. I'll see what I can do. Some strength? Hell yeah, cursed coffee it is. What did I need again for the cursed coffee? This one, no. Actually, that would work. That would work really freaking well. Here, with all the strength of raging fire. Thank you, dear innkeeper. My blood is boiling with euphoria. Any particular reason for your shopping trip? A very particular one, dear innkeeper. It is a matter of life and death. I must head out to purchase this wondrous sustenance as comfort food immediately. Do you know what comfort food is? I haven't the slightest idea, but it is rumored to restore immortals back to full health. I'm afraid Ria will perish should she not receive it. That sounds serious. Has she fallen ill? A fatal case of something she called being in the zone. Assume it's highly dangerous. She's refused to move away from her drawing board for over a year now. She even threw me out of the room upstairs when I offered her a blood pellet snack. How will her body handle another year without food? I have some good news for you. Ria hasn't been sketching for a year. You guys checked in yesterday. How fortunate. And as for your legendary item, you should ask her about it. Generally, everyone has a different idea of what they consider comfort food. How wondrous. But something tells me you should give her some time before you go back upstairs to ask. Why? Call it intuition.
I don't think intuition is a very good naming keeper. Want to help me find a better one? Of course. I'll think of one before the next 80 years are up.
Thank you.
I shall remain for a while. And once I've acquired the correct comfort food, I will make sure my friends eat every last bite. Like a vampiric mother to hen, like a vampiric mother hen to her vampiric chick. I didn't know there were vampire chickens.
There aren't.
You know that for certain.
Yes.
I could have sworn the ones at my family's estate had fangs.
Chickens can't develop teeth.
And here I thought we were comrades in blood hunger. Chickens are still very fascinating all on their own. Did you know they have very colorful dreams?
Oh, that's nice.
I once helped a wild hen with a dream journal. I'll introduce you to sometime. My favorite thing about chickens is that they purr when they're happy. What charming creatures. The more I learn, the more they remind me of vampires. So simple, sweet and ferocious. Yet their origin harbors one of the greatest mysteries of life. What came first? The chicken or the egg? The egg.
Hell if I know. I mean, Clay is the one who talks to animals, so I'm just gonna agree with him. Not going to weigh in. I am intellectually withdrawing myself from this conversation.
But unlike this unsolved mystery, I do know how vampires were created.
Eh? Would you mind elaborating?
And intellectually withdrawing.
As a cleric of Cassiopeia, humility is a lifelong objective that I strive towards. As such, I must admit when I need to concede words spoken in haste, which would be now, I suppose. Please, Kyle, if you don't mind expanding on what you just said.
Certainly. It must have been over 5 centuries ago when a scholar stole some of the immortal blood of the dragons. The scholar offered it to Queen Annabeth, who would become the vampire's monarch.
I have never heard of Queen Annabeth.
I think that was just the plot of a really challenging board game, Kyle. Oh, you're right. So then, Mike was real after all?
Mike?
Yes. You're coming back to me now. The first vampire that walked this world was the infamous Mikael. Most of us called him Mike. He had a very close connection to the spirit dragon and his domain. Eventually, Mike struck a deal with Tuat. In exchange for guarding the dragon's realm, he would get to live forever.
But that didn't work out, I guess. He really must love that slime. It's a part of him now. I am still... I mean, obviously he loves him, but I'm still convinced that the slime is actually mind controlling him.
Oh.
But that didn't work out, I guess.
Old Mike didn't read the fine print. The spirit dragon turned out to be a trickster. Tuat turned him into a new form of undead creature, invulnerable to age and disease. but still weak to the blade. Blood was the only thing he could stomach to consume, and with time, even sunlight became intolerable. Mike was no longer welcome among the living, but the dead didn't want him either. And that's how the first vampire was created.
Fascinating. There's so little known about the spirit ring in this realm. Kyle, just how do you possess knowledge that's considered ancient by today's standards?
What knowledge?
The knowledge you just told us about.
I stumbled upon it in a grimoire I bought the other day at the local bookstore.
Nope, that was a vampire woman's book Lynn recommended to you. Try again.
But of course, the Evelyn was such a history fanatic. How could I not pick up on a few stories? I was one of her favorites. I still dream of her deathly beautiful countenance. She narrated tales until the intruder stopped screaming. Ooh. She always told the story of our progenitor Mike, so softly. She would cradle a vial of his blood in the tone would turn so reverent. A secret to share just with me, she would say. Uh-oh. Didn't mean to break the last oath between us as well.
I'm sure we can help you keep this a secret, right?
A secret between you friends.
If secrecy is how we can repay you for sharing this with us, then so be it. So this is the blood that Aura found. His name is not Mike? No. It was a 4-letter name. Niels. Because Niels killed his ex-wife.
Oh.
And he had the blood that it said Mikkel. I remember that part. Also, actually, I just read something, so I wanna read this now. Because I just noticed it. Via is lawful neutral. Alright, I can see that. Kyle is chaotic neutral. I can absolutely see that. Abel is neutral good. I guess, yeah. Lynn is chaotic good. Actually not sure if she's so chaotic good. Niels is chaotic good. Like, they have the same alignment, but he is way more chaotic good than Lynn is. At least he's more chaotic. I don't even know if he's chaotic good though. He's lawful good, yeah. Yeah. Can see that. Archie is neutral good. Can see that as well. Jade is chaotic good. Inico is chaotic neutral. X is chaotic neutral, alright, makes sense. Scully is chaotic neutral? I'm not sure about that. He's such a fine gentleman. I don't know. I don't feel like chaotic neutral fits him. Alright, Grace X is neutral good. I can see that, kinda. Don't know much about her. Una is neutral good. Maybe. What Moses is like chaotic good. Or neutral chaotic. Lay is neutral good. Fair enough. Voyage is chaotic good. Bar is chaotic neutral. Hell? Bro, she has such a good soul. She has to be good something. And Melina is chaotic good. Yeah, I definitely can see that one. Alright, anyway, back to the story. Since you seem to have been very close to her, I wanted to let you know. We traveled past Marrow Castle on our way back. It looked awfully damaged. Destruction looked so fresh. Only had If we only had passed by earlier. Clay even spotted a heavily armored silhouette a short distance away from what remained of the castle walls. We hurried over as quickly as possible, but the shadow was gone by the time we got there. It was only rubble remained.
Has she not paid enough for her deeds already? Must even her sanctuary, her tomb, be disturbed and torn apart? She was so unyielding and unlive. To have her memory trampled all over like this, desecrated without a second thought. It's just unforgivable. I think I need to go ask Rhea about the comfort food.
Ooh. Let's give him some time to come to terms with that he just learned. Those two are back. Oh yeah, they went together. I forgot that Kelly went with Kierlin. That is true. What quest were they again? I forgot. They're gonna tell us anyway. Oh yeah, slaying the undead. Now I remember. And Skelly was like, no, not my companions. Yeah, what? Let's see. Greetings, brave adventurers. Greet morrow, innkeeper. There seem to be a few more bones than usual with you, Scully. Are there? I don't see it. But sure.
You observe correctly. Wait. You observe correctly, my friend. They are wonderful parting gifts, aren't they?
Sure are. Okay, to bring me... You know what? Let Scully explain. I'm afraid I'll need a better explanation than that.
And you shall not disappoint it, my friend. You must excuse me. All this enthusiasm is just bouncing around in my skull.
Let us know when it hits a corner.
I will try to compose myself. This tale deserves the whacking of every last of my rhetorical knuckles.
Oops. Clicking this.
Let us recount our tale properly, Dame Kierlin.
Hang on. I think I could go for one of your drinks first. That can be arranged. Something to keep my strength up. Alright, got you. You not getting the coffee. You are getting your classic. South Umbrella. A great drink for a great story.
Aren't you lucky?
I'd like to think luck has nothing to do with it.
Perhaps not.
I might have something else to cheer you up.
Oh?
Melly's back.
Oh.
Relieved? Like a great sun's been lifted off my shoulders. She alright? Yes. Though you might prefer to see for yourself. She and Neil left me the address to give to you.
Who?
Ah, you know them.
Right, got it.
Only one person would fit such an uninspired name. You'd better have apologized to Melly or else. You'll have to find out the details for yourselves. Just don't keep them waiting for too long. No need to tell me that. Fable isn't back then. No. Sure are taking the time. You like looking for them yet? No, they're capable. Just my patience is starting to wear thin. You had some to begin with.
You're pretty chatty for someone within great shot distance.
Right.
Can I interest you in one of my drinks as well, Scully? With an offer like that, my friend, how can a skeleton say no? perhaps something to enhance my aura, I would like to do the proclamation of this tale proper justice. Why is it charm? Yeah. Alright, it's time for honey trees? Sure. We love a good old sunny breeze. And I'm gonna say it again. A breeze of myself. Ah! It's never getting old. Please enjoy. Oh my. They say manners maketh man, but this drink alone has invigorated me plenty. And now, we're still not gonna question how he drinks it, okay? Thank you. I can almost feel the warmth of flesh on my bones again. Pleasure to be of service. Our quest was confusing, inspiring. My favorite flavor of quest. Not enough fighting in my opinion. I felt like my muscles were wasting away on the way back here. But the most important muscle of all received a superb workout. The brain. Metaphorically for me, of course. I've been wondering about it actually. No. We're not even gonna get started on the topic. I do have to agree, my friend. Let's not get distracted. Though I would be delighted to share my theories with you, innkeeper. Let me know when you have an hour to spare. Or 5. Now back to the task at hand. We started by making our way westwards, for our progress was low. Any complications? Yes. Oh, I've never seen him that angry actually. Like, look at him, he's never stared at us like that ever before. Yes, quite a few. Before embarking on this journey, I was woefully ignorant about the plight of the zone farmers. The less than ideal weather conditions. The flood that ruined a lot of crops. And now this pesky undead problem. I was stricken with empathy for the struggle. The least we could have done was offer up our means of transportation. For any soul looking for a better life for the north. So we switched carriages. 3 times. The 3rd time we had gone so far, of course, it took us a whole day just to get back on track. On foot. But once our hike was over, we did get to spend a wonderful afternoon with Dame Kellen's cousin, Lady Danica. That was nice, I guess. The cousin with the undead snail problem, yes? Did you manage to liven up that garden for her? Sure did. Just had to set out some cabbage to lead them somewhere we wouldn't be damaging any crops and... with just one magnificent strike. Truly a sight to behold. It was just some undead snails, no need to have gotten so excited. Come on, I'm gonna press the spacebar. To match the excitement, Lady Danica served us some positively delightful cups of tea. Rather than any accompanying finger sandwiches, some new facts I'd gleaned from observing the snails. Even lacking souls, they still displayed some pack behavior. They acted nothing like real animals, of course, but somehow I was struck with empathy for the plight. Unconsciously seek out the manner of instinctual action. Despite the lack of anything to grant them a conscious objective, is there a more transparent yearning for purpose than that? Nah. My apologies. It appears what they say about old age is true. You can't help but philosophize. And you can't help but relate. In a way. One can't help but wonder whether any choice I make is truly my own or just a post-modern reflex of these old bones.
Perhaps even my thirst for knowledge. And yet the enjoyment of it seems genuine. Truly, innkeeper, you have a way with words. Just lots of experience. Oh, that may be. My worries seem rather foolish now. I count myself as quite fortuitous that despite all that, my memory lacks. I can delight in learning it all again. Did it really matter that where such an urge comes from? Anyhow, my apologies, Dame Carolyn. I completely derailed our epic tale. Allow me to make up for it by continuing post-haste. We departed after that lovely cup of tea and finally headed for the Pale Woods. Lady Danica provided us with a cart and a trusty steed, a cow of the most lovely temperament. Her name's Lieselotte. I made sure to greet the gentleman that passed us on our way to the woods. What magnificent shadow armor he was wearing. Something about it felt oddly familiar. Perhaps it was only my hope that he would look just as gallant after our quest. Yep, the guy with the shadow armor, our old friend, who's breaking all the seals. Lieselotte valiantly took us to the edge of the forest, where maliciousness permeated the very air we breathed. What he means is stunk. Real bad. We left Lieselotte there. Sparrow had a stench. Seemed like the right thing to do. And forth we ventured. Didn't take a long time to find what we were looking for. The place was crawling with them. Which also explained the smell. For some reason, the miasma didn't seem to bother me much. I wonder why, sir. I wonder why it didn't bother you, Mr. Undead Zombie without a nose or any scent. I don't even know. Can he smell? I mean, he can think. Can he feel? Can he touch? I mean, he can see. Yeah, actually, let's not think about it. I feel like we need the 5 hours for that he spoke about, cause I mean, he can see, so shouldn't he technically maybe be able to smell? Even though he's missing his nose, but he has his eyes? Question mark? Yeah, that's definitely a conversation for a different time. Most respectfully, you don't have a nose. Oh, of course. Alright, anyway, can we... Okay, if we say that, then can we go to the talk? Can we talk about the eyes real quick? No? Okay. Anyway... There was a veritable horde before us. An army of undead creatures shambling their way through the forest. 1 or 3 at a time. They were awfully interested in those trees, it's true. I was itching to tear into them. But remembering the plan, I stepped back, with a hand on my greatsword. A crucial part of a successful negotiation is that we don't go in blind, and so we observed. The undead creature were displaying similar patterns to those snails. They weren't just stumbling around senselessly. They seemed to be following a pack leader. A representative simplified things considerably. My first course of action was clear. I let Dame Kelly know of my intentions. Seemed reasonable enough. While I circled the group to get to the leader at the front, she remained hidden in the shadows of the thicket. I walked up to the leader, another skeleton making sure displayed an open and respectful disposition. I suppose they were not open and respectful in return? Nope. Before I could even react, the skeleton had bitten down on Scully's arm. Okay. So, skeleton cannibalism? I guess? It counts as cannibalism, right? I'll count it as cannibalism. Agony. That's what I would have said if I hadn't been protected by my frost armor and your excellent drink mixing skills. I'm always glad to hear my drinks are protecting my clients on the quest. My friend, the drinks are astonishingly potent, maybe too potent. As soon as the undead creature bit down, the teeth shattered upon impact. Whoopsie! The leader recoiled immediately. All the others surrounding us froze. The leader fell to the ground, fatally in the face of the hands. Fiercely, and they regained composure. The expression was filled with joy. Still, no idea how you can read an expression in a skull. They were actually quite expressive for a skeleton. I mean, at least for him, his mustache speaks a little bit. Skeletons definitely do have expressions. We just have to get used to looking a little harder for them. Now I just put in my paw. I have no problem reading Scully's expressions. He has a beautiful smile. Now you're just making me blush, you rascal. Let's move on. The teeth shadowing was quite worrying. It made me re-examine the bite marks on the trees around us. Peculiar, the bite marks here are quite a bit more shallow than what we had seen in other parts of the forest. Which means all those undead creatures had severe dental issues. The leader was so happy because the frost armor's chill was dulling the pain. The others' teeth were also in truly poor condition. And looking at their behavior, it seemed to be causing them severe pain. Coupled with the hunger for trees, came a never-ending cycle of suffering. Should have never gotten so bad. I asked them why they hadn't reported the issue to the necromancer. It was clearly starting to impact the fulfillment of their objective. That got them really heated. They tried to rip Scully apart, again. But Dame Caroline skillfully resolved the situation with a bit intimidation. Turns out, they didn't even have dental. What? Are we talking about dental insurance? Caroline? I'm with Scully on this one. They had no benefits, nothing, but just expected to be quiet and follow orders. That doesn't right to me. It's a scam, and that's what it is. No sick leave or compensation. Are we actually doing this? Like the necromancer is the employer, and they are employees, and they need to get like dental and. Are we really doing this? Like we're kind of in a D&D universe here. Like in the medieval times, magical times. Still, what? I guess we're doing this. Alright. Alright, no sick leave. No compensation. I mean, they didn't want to hear it. We're doing what we love. We don't need any fancy benefits. But you should have seen the state they were in. We couldn't even take a proper jump out of the trees out the back anymore. What would happen when the teeth deteriorated even further? The necromancer would replace them with another undead creature in a heartbeat. That was when Scully really got them, I think. The words were just pouring out of my mouth. I was elated they were the right ones. The light reflecting off the frost armor really dazzled them too. Any skeleton worth the calcium should be able to acquire such armor. They needn't be bound by such a neglectful necromancer. My apologies. It appears I somewhat lost my composure just now. You might soon be contacted to host the first UFU or UFU what gathering innkeeper. Union for the Undead. Oh my, we are really UFU 1755. Never forget your roots. They are welcome to visit anytime. I think they really want to improve the situation. Most respectably, I promise to leave the Pale Woods alone as well. One of UFO's goals is to find a more sustainable way to deal with the obsession eventually. They're heading for the Necromancer now. There are a bunch of demands to settle. Praised us with a great deal of parting gifts before we left. We got the Hellux that broke off one of them when they attacked Dame Carolyn. The leader gave me the teeth we couldn't put back into the skull. Oh, and this eyeball. I'm overjoyed we managed to resolve our quest in a peaceful manner. Can't deny our solution was pretty effective. Good to know you're both happy with how it ended. Those are the outcomes I most enjoy hearing about from my patrons. Oh. But we did get you something as well, Keeper. Right. Here. The trees looked really chewed on, and dead. But the berries smelled like they were thriving. They were ones Elfie was going on about. Not like they're here to appreciate them, so I guess you can have them. Just set on the side to make Fable a drink when they're back. Sounds fair. Ghostberry. Also, while I was packing the berries, the spirits of the trees gave us a little keepsake, because I was so glad we stopped all that gnawing. Sadly, I don't have any more storage space left in my head. So I wanted you to have it as well. Now we can always indulge in sweet memories when we visit. Oh. Another one of those? What the hell? I think I know just the place for it. Thank you very much. Scully, you ever thought about becoming an advocate for this kind of stuff? Not that I can usually stand them, but you seem to really care about all this. Oh no, but I'm but a mere heap of bones here to learn all I can. But it is a gentleman's way to speak out when evil is committed in front of you. I don't suppose I will stop doing just that anytime soon. Sounds good to me. Still wonder what all those undead creatures were doing there. No idea, we didn't ask. Hunger? Seemed to be heading north before we talked to them. Maybe they were searching for more trees? Pale Woods is one of the largest forests in Visoa. I don't see a reason for them to leave the area before it was barren. Unless they were ordered to. Don't they typically come with necromancer attached? I don't suppose the gentleman we encountered outside the woods would have been that very necromancer? I don't think farmers wear armor like what you described. Oh, if I had known what a deadly and negligent necromancer they were, I would never have offered that greeting. Just realized where they could have been heading. It's true there aren't many woods around here that compared with the Pale Woods. But the giant root in the capital must look pretty good to some tree-obsessed undeads. There might be tons more headed there even now. Indeed. Just to clarify, you believe hordes of undead creatures are marching towards the capital? Well, towards the roots would be my guess. I see. They're heading towards families to ignite the divine roots as if to spell the ether tree? Precisely. Unlike such an action alone could destroy the whole thing, but it would certainly do some damage. What in the are you talking about? As I just stated, someone is trying to destroy the ether tree. The starfall, the primordial flood, even the interplanar portals, it's all part of a big plot. Is that not clear? No. Oh my, that's awful. And insane if true. Is it working? Unfortunately so. Or do you see stars in the night sky? I mean, there's one. There used to be more. And we don't know who's behind it yet either.
Well... Carolyn, Mr. Scully, a gentle person you greeted outside of the woods. You thought he might be a necromancer?
He certainly bore the armor of one.
Did he seem like he wanted to kill everyone?
Not particularly, but it can be hard to tell sometimes. Politeness and the desire for homicide are necessarily mutually exclusive.
Necromancers resurrect dead things to make undead creatures.
Indeed they do.
So, Scully, you were resurrected, right? Do you remember anything about it?
Well, I admit, at first I recalled very little from the start of my new life. I mostly stumbled upon trying to remember my manners, but my memories, or rather the memories of my body, which I suppose are also my memories, have been getting clearer lately. Let me try to focus my thoughts, I believe I awakened in the archives, in the Everbloom. The Everbloom? Did you encounter any Bleakstalkers? Why, I did indeed. Seemed very hungry for my bones. Such interesting creatures. They remind me of the old intellect wombats. Do those beasts still roam Visoa? No, what are intellect wombats? Priorities, dear. Scully, who woke you up? The gentleman of fine age. I believe he was there to do research. I remember candles held over notes scribbled on paper, ink stains on fingertips. He must have found me near my friend's study. I remember I was looking for her when, after woke, I simply left. How rude and uninquisitive of me. Should have asked what he was researching. Could have helped. Be glad you did not aid him. We found his notes that bespoke of the destruction of the universe.
Did the guy from the woods remind you of the one in the archives?
Now that you mention it, I wasn't conscious enough to recognize faces when I rose, but I knew that armor looked familiar. I think I saw it when I first reopened my eyes, metaphorically of course. I no longer have eyelids. A necromancer is behind all this? Is he trying to break the sigil just to get to Tuat, the spirit dragon in the realm of death? Sigils? Are you perchance speaking of the sigils of Alcahest? My friend was researching them once. I always thought them a wild figment of your imagination. Seems like they're not, unfortunately.
Do necromancers usually want to destroy Tuat?
No, but they do defy his laws of life and death. Perhaps he craves access to all the souls the spirit dragon guards. Or he plans to destroy death once and all with his perversions. But, my dears, to destroy Tuat, one must find him first. Then it itself would be quite the impossible task. No? Not exactly. Spirit realm is well protected, but there are ways to get to him.
Can you kill Death?
I don't know, but merely attempting it sounds disastrous.
Miss Anwar, Mr. Moore, Tuat is the god of death. No matter how insane the necromancer, no one could possess a weapon powerful enough to fight a god. Only weapons made by dragons can harm them. We all know this.
You mean like Ur's Great Axe? A weapon forged for the dragons by the dragons, meant only for their claws. The axe could certainly cut through the barrier between the astrals and the upper world, not through Tuat himself. But stealing an axe from a dragon count as a sigil? Alright, you all lost me again. I talked about this already, keep up, they were not there, but alright.
I'll explain later.
I might count as a sigil if it awakens or damages the plane.
Ur should not be awakened under any circumstances, nor should the legendary weapon fall into the hands of a mere mortal. My, this is quite concerning.
I'm right there with you. It seems like too insane of a plot. Even for some big bad evil guy, even for some BBG. They always seem to be reaching for new heights in their dastardly schemes. We are correct. This one plans to steal Ur's weapon, break the sigil, and then destroy Tuat. Dragons be with us.
What about the undead creatures marching towards the capital?
There must be a distraction, a way to keep anyone who would interfere off his back.
Quite a dangerous distraction if you ask me. Those poor husks shouldn't be snacking raiders' roots either way, should they? No.
And those sigils of alcohol, zest, you keep talking about could do what? Destroy the tree? The spirit realm rests above all others in the canopy of our world. If what we believe to be this monster's plan succeeds, it will collapse down onto the rest of the evil tree. Not only would it free all dead souls, it would destroy the tree, our home, our cosmos, and everything below it. It would destroy our world as we know it. Not to mention, Tuat might die. I don't think I have to explain to you why death dying would be a bad thing. Once again, can he die? Wouldn't risk it.
Oh, I believe this. Blood of his has to be limited somewhat, no? Perhaps to the transitional period between the astral moon and the dying moon? Only then would the veil between Cassiopeia and Tuat be thin enough for a ritual of such magnitude to succeed. Wait, what you mean is, this can only happen the night between the 34th of Cassiopeia and the 1st of Tuat?
Watch the sky closely on the 34th of Cassiopeia. Yep. Oh, in 4 days. I see. So we are getting close to the end here. We're not gonna finish it today.
So it can only work in 4 days? Or next year?
Precisely. I guess you can't have a ritual without unnecessarily complicated rules.
It is common courtesy.
Hey, I've been wondering. Remember that man we saw on our way back near Marrow Castle?
Yes. You think he might have been the same guy?
I do. Strange armor sounds familiar, as does the convenient proximity to destruction. And more so, the blood of the first vampire Kyle spoke of. Part of the ritual to safely traverse the Astral Sea involves having an associate anchor for your destination. To find Tuat, you need something connected to him.
Like the blood of a vampire internally bound to him?
Yes. Maybe our villain got his hands on it, because our friend for once didn't steal that. Perhaps he knows more of Cassiopeia than anticipated. All this out of context is giving me a headache. Innkeep, can I drink to spare to help with all this mess? Something powerful enough to get me through this. Anything for you, Lynn. So she wants another strength drink? Alright, you're getting coffee. Sounds like in desperate need for some coffee. I put all the strength I have into this drink. Enjoy. I think I just put parts of my sanity back together. Thanks a lot. Anytime. So, this madman. If he can't get the axe, he can't kill the spirit dragon, right? Correct. Great. Let's stop him from getting the axe then.
Great idea.
I know. Now how do we do that? Well, first the necromancer needs to find it. For that, he'd have to get to Ur's realm. Thanks to the portals, that is entirely within the realm of possibility. One would simply have to journey through one of the portals to the Twilight Chasm, and then enter the Endless Cave through the Nightmare realm. Nothing easier than that. Didn't Melly see some weird new bone-way markers near the Twilight Chasm portal into the moon swarms? Would they be there to remind someone, say a necromancer, of the way to the portal? They could. Good. The moon portals are much easier to reach than barriers. Should catch the necromancer before he ventures into the chasm, most certainly before he gets the axe. Wait, let's go beat this hold on. What if we don't succeed? What if he's right? What if we don't succeed? I have faith in you, but reason's powerful. How about a backup plan? Hate to say it, but you're not wrong.
Thanks for looking out for us.
We don't manage to stop him from getting the weapon. We stand no chance in a fair fight against him. Even your divine strikes would be no match, Miss Anwar. That is true. We would need an incredibly powerful weapon to match his. Not sure if it's enough, but I do have the sword I got from my barber. Let me see it. This is remarkable craftsmanship infused with minor divine powers. Incredible. But I'm afraid even this cannot rival the Great Axe in any capacity.
What if it was mixed with dragonfire?
What? Do you happen to have such a thing on hand, young lad?
No, but I know where we can find some. The ever-burning flame in the highlands is dragonfire. The one you wanted to sit here. I think now might be a good time for that.
You're right. Dragonfire merged with Kellen's blessed sword. It won't be as powerful as the axe, but it might give us a fighting chance. If we had a master craftsman to forge it, that is. Rhea, she's a blacksmith. Would be great for a competition for sure. Yeah, my sword would get her first place, no question. Make sure to bring that up while trying to convince her. Thanks for the idea. Very well. I'm sure Mastersmith Frostgrave will be delighted with this opportunity. Having her on our side makes me even more confident when we can stop this necromancer plans. I have the utmost faith in us. And I know the aperture and its astral portals are well protected, even if we should fail. Well, I don't believe we will, because I know I'm strong enough to best this battle, and that Glaze as well.
And the others too.
Yes, the others too. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if the 4 of you will be enough.
Don't worry, there's a lot of people we can ask for help. Like you.
Like me. I'd prefer it if you get me out of this.
Hmm.
Will you stop being such a coward for one damn day?
I don't think your apathy can save you from your responsibility in all this. We need your help. Would you doom the world just to save yourself from being a person?
Doesn't sound like I have a choice.
You do. If you'd rather see this all end, that's on you.
Fine, I'll help.
Great. You collect everything we talk about, right?
I try my best.
Could you write us up 2 quests for all this? I think we should split our resources so we get the backup plan going at the same time.
Good idea, young man.
Plus, that will give us an extra excuse to have your drinks help us.
At least you're following my rules. I'll see what I can do. I'll have something written up first thing in the morning. I trust in you as you trust in us. Cautiously? Exactly. Cautiously, but...
with hope.
with hope, yes. I'll see you in the morning then. Karen, come with us. We owe you a few explanations before we make you do any persuasion work for us. You got that, right? Let's go. I cannot miss out on more possible details. Shall see you in the morning and keep.
Try not to run.
I'll do my best. Looks like we can even write up 3 quests, but alright. Jesus. Kaelin's Grant. Great sword once belonged to a grandma. Allegedly is a gift from the Dranks themselves. Very impressive if true. This and this should be a quest. Air of Drangfire. Only a weapon forged in Drangfire could ever dream to hold up against the legendary Great Axe of Ur. Luckily, a temple in the Highlands houses the ever-burning flame. An ancient gift from the dragons that will come in handy right about now. And what better sword to reshape with this flame than another gift from the realm keepers, an heirloom passed down to Kellen with heroism scorching its very existence. A stranger has come to town. He likes plum grapes and spooky armor. Alright, maybe first the skeletons. This one. The Dead Parade. The horde of undead is approaching the capital. The insatiable hunger for the local flow leads them to the exposed roots of the evil tree, and therefore to the capital of Themis. Since it lies nestled in the safety of the roots, this is a mere distraction. The necromancer can fulfill his true plan, but in the end it still must be stopped before the hunger for flesh once more. But we have 5 clues and only 1 more quest. We need 3. Legend has it, the Great Axe of Ur lies hidden somewhere deep inside the subterranean caves. It's an unimaginably powerful weapon. The enemy aims for the destruction of the Eva tree. He needs the Great Axe of War to collapse the spirit realm onto the west of the tree. No. What? Alright. Bandro's plane of Ur can be accessed through the Twilight Chasm. A plane that can be entered through the portals of our world Gaia. I didn't think making a quest would be that hard. Probably this, right? The Twilight Chase. World calamity is imminent, but there is one last way to save it. The only weapon strong enough to harm Tuat and the Aether Tree is the legendary Great Axe of Ur, and the personification of evil wants it desperately. First, he must make it through the Twilight Chasm, and for that, he needs a portal. Sounds like a good location to stop him, right? Alright, time to feed Andu. Alright, and that's where we're gonna end. Gonna save. And we're gonna end here. Because it's getting late, plus other stuff. Also, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video, and for the stream I'll think about something. Until then, bye bye.